All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the zoning citation hearings for Wednesday, April 17th. We have about 13 items on the agenda. Yeah. So we'll hopefully get through those as quickly and painlessly as possible. First order of business is 7 Nob Hill. Counselor, take it away.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'm the hearing officer for today. To my right, representing the city of Norwalk, is John Hayducky, the deputy zoning inspector. Hiding in the gallery is Tammy Maldonado, who's zoning enforcement officer. And that's all from the city.
No, we got one more from the city.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We got Ian.
Oh, Ian, I don't even have you on my list.
Ian.
There it is, Ian Horn. What is your title, Ian?
Deputy zoning inspector.
He's the second me.
Oh, wow, Donnie's deputy zoning, okay, also, wow. No wonder we have so many cases.
No, this is all my doing. So.
All right, when you're called, you can have a seat at the table, and I'll listen to any interested parties, and anybody can attend by Zoom or telephone. The procedure is the city presents its findings, and you'll have an opportunity to be heard, and we'll hear interested parties, and then we'll try to reach a resolution. And if we don't, I'll make a decision. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call your matter. We have coined your matter. Your matter is, which is it?
7 Nob Hill,
Okay.
number 1.
All right, who's here from 7 Nob Hill?
The two owners of the property, Dan and Kevin Smith, and I'm Abram Heisler. I represent them.
Okay. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, I do. We do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Hidaki,
Let's do it.
see why we're here.
Yeah, so hopefully nothing crashes this week. We had a little bit of a hard time with that last month.
Yeah, you impressed my paralegal a lot.
Yes, I probably never want to do any of this again. So first off, last time we were here, well, here's the previous decision form. And here's the notes from, well, all the previous decisions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, got the Brown file too.
See, okay.
Last page is probably, best bet there. Or second to last page. The best bet.
Okay,
All right.
ready, bring it on.
All righty. So last time we were here was March 20th. And at that time, the matter was continued to today, Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Now that I got that out. There was a $50,000 contingent fine, which was placed a few hearings back. That remained. And it was highly suggested to the representation and the owner that should have all permits and approvals closed and certificates issued by today. So the first thing that I want to present is, and there's the mailing. So I did receive a email. So this initially, when it first came up, I thought it was one of the owners, Daniel, that sent it, but it turned out it was actually their sister that sent it. The only reason I'm even submitting this for any sort of for any sort of, if you wanna
Okay.
take a look
It's
at
on the
it,
screen if you want.
it's on the screen, yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
It's on the big
Sorry.
screen there. I can roll down a little bit, hang on, there you go.
Thank you for stopping by. No problem.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I get confused. Well.
yeah, so basically,
Second.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
So we're-
That's
Any objection, Attorney Heisler?
No,
Full exhibit.
Perfect. The only reason I even brought this in is there is a useful information here saying that the owners were working with the building inspector, that's Peter Kelly right here. To get some inspections done to close everything. So that was back on March 22nd. We were working, and also, showing that they are very interested in getting things wrapped up. Since then, I have been in regular contact with the owner and the building department. Turns out, one of their last inspections before we got over the finish line, and that's the end of that presentation. Before we got over the finish line, the deck, egress deck, had failed inspection. So it would have to be fixed. And the owner is currently in the process of fixing that last matter. Once that's done, apparently it wasn't an easy fix. They had to rip out railings and it wasn't just a simple matter of nailing some planks together. So apparently the work has been done to the railing and it's got to get the building department out there. I can do my inspections simultaneously with the building department to close it out because my inspection is not as technical. So as for just hopefully the last continuance to get everything done.
Yeah.
And hopefully everything is wrapped up by then, but I would recommend that the hearing officer stresses to the owners and to representation that if it is not done by June, we will strongly recommend the fund.
Well, we have a contingent fine and they did, sounds like they did all they could do.
But they made probably they thought they were done, but they had a bit of an issue. I mean, sure, they can expand upon it if you.
Yes. And I will represent that we have a picture of it. The work was done today. Was it today or yesterday?
The railings were done today.
He finished it up today. We'll have the inspection in the next couple of days. So I'm hoping that we could wrap this up. And I have to say that the zoning office has been incredibly accommodating to my clients and in working with them and in allowing them to do it. They're not sophisticated people. This is their only rental property. And they also live there as well.
So how much time do you want?
So we could do like the end of May or beginning of June would be fine. When are you doing in June or?
Our June hearing is June 19th.
That's fine. That would be fine.
All right, we'll continue to June 19th. I'll leave the fine in place.
Wait, isn't that a state holiday?
Oh, actually, it is Juneteenth, you're right.
Is that a state holiday?
Is it June
Yeah.
9th? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, we are not here on June
Yes,
19th.
yeah.
So glad,
Uh,
thank you, Counselor, that would
Okay.
save me some mailings here.
Yeah.
What's the prior date?
The prior date is, that would just be the 12th, I would think, yeah, June 12th.
Actually, that's a Jewish holiday. So
What holiday is that?
Shavuot.
Well, I don't happen to know that by looking there.
Okay, sorry.
I don't have that, and this is a generic map, a generic calendar, there's nothing on it.
Yes.
We don't have anything for the hearing officer's consideration. We don't have anything, well, we had one item scheduled for the 19th, I'm gonna have to reschedule now. We have nothing after that scheduled, either for the 26th or into July. I have no problem with the 26th being a date.
Is that okay for you? Yeah, that's fine for me.
Make sure. Bring out the calendar here.
Yeah.
What does that fall on?
They're always Wednesdays.
Oh, Wednesday.
June 26th. Okay, I didn't have that in here. Give me a second. So we're moving the June 19th to the 26th.
If it works for you, we can do that.
Let's do that.
Good.
Okay, going for June 26th. All right, so what we'll do today is violation continues. continued to June 26th for completion. Continued fine $50,000 remains in place. This is oral notice.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Well, no. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
set.
very good.
Thank
Very
you very
good.
much.
Yes,
Thank
I
you. Thank
will,
you.
I'll reach out to Peter tomorrow to make sure we got everything in line.
Thank you
very
again.
All right, you got it, guys. Take care. Thanks for coming.
That's over here.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen today. Leave it open. Yeah, unfortunately, it is open to the public, so we have to, keep that door open there. Say it well.
Yeah,
That, this. 26th, again, I gotta remember that going forward today.
one of the attorneys who,
Nope, does not look like it.
see the real people.
That starts falling, I apologize. Okay, so things go in order on the agenda.
Is there anybody who needs to get ahead of anybody else or wait your turn? All right, let's go.
There we go. Okay, the next one in line is actually 3 Apple Tree. Dixon, come on up. We do have one in the Zoom, but I know Chris, so he's not here for this one. That's the previous decision form. Notes and. So we get rid of this. Here. And there's three. All right, so this is gonna be pretty easy. Oh, yes, got it, yep, sorry.
State your name for the record, please.
Dixon Torres.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, so last time we were here, January 10th, 2024, and at that time, we continued to today, because work was ongoing. This was, as a refresher, the property owner jumped the gun on doing some work without getting permits first. This isn't an occupancy matter, just finished the basement, without permits and did some site work. The site work normally isn't a bother to our office, but, it was, the property has some wetlands on it. So there's some corrective action that had to be done there. So I checked with the building department earlier this week. All the permits are still valid, all the permits are active and nothing's expired, so that's good. That means our permits are still active and valid. So the only thing I would like to have is if, the property owner gives us a little update on to when he thinks things will be done, how things are progressing, just so that we can get that information to you, and, that's about where we stand.
Sure.
I have a lot of done, all hard roof floors are finished, all the trim up doors, bathrooms, all needs just the fixtures to go on. Just have, my cabinet maker do all the vanities, walk-in closets,
Okay.
and all that has to get, finish, paint and install.
How is the, inspection process going? With the
Everything
building
is-
department, they're all done?
Yeah, all
over there?
done. I just need the final. That's
They haven't done the final, okay, that's good to know. So when they when they go out to do the final, let me know, I can come out with them as well.
Mhm.
That's it.
There we go.
So I continue to when?
Well, this might be another one of those situations, let's see if we can get this finished out, then we can,
There's
Get it.
no fine. you
no,
know.
there is not, no,
So if you guys clean it up, it doesn't even have to come back, you know.
I'm all for that. I'm sure he's for that as
You know,
well.
guy, I'm sure you love doing it.
Sound good for me.
All right, that's diary contingent fine, we don't have to.
Yeah, there's no fine out there now, so really it's just, I can always bring back at my discretion if things are, if something happens that.
Well, I can leave the contingent fine on and you guys can. If it's done, there's nothing to do.
Is there?
No, I'm hoping to wrap it up as soon
Quick
as
as
I can
possible.
and just be done with
Yeah,
it.
so that's what I
I don't
think,
need a contingent fine, I
No.
can just fine them.
yeah, if I bring it back, I can just, I
Okay,
can just say, we should take some money.
right. Use. No fine. No contingent fine. So we'll continue to,
What, if we can do what Attorney Studer did, just say, matter continued, and just put no date on it.
okay. Matter continued.
So I believe the instruction from our law department was, even if there's, yeah, like I say, he gets a certificate, it's not, I still have to bring it back, because you've heard it, to close it. You know how we do some of those, well, just, it's a quick 2-minute thing, so it will be back. But the property owner wouldn't have to be here.
Okay, that'd be great.
So I don't have to come back for any hearing.
Well, you gotta get it finished.
Yeah, I get
No, no,
it. Yeah,
I'm very close to.
very, yeah, so as long as you get everything done timely manner, you don't have to come back.
All right, thank you.
And if you do, I'll let you know.
All right, sure.
All right, Dixon, thanks,
Bye-bye.
good seeing you. Thank you, let's say, where's that? Oh, thank you. Okay, next one that's here in line, 200 West Brox Road. Oh, thank you, so kind. Let's see. Here we go. Last time we were here. Notes. Now get the setup here. Okay, let's see, make sure that's Crystal there, okay. Danielle's okay, I know who she's there for. Let's see.
I thought for sure my wife was gonna jump on it too.
Well, we can move it along, maybe that doesn't happen to you.
Cool her down.
Yeah, don't have to worry about it. Think we can make that happen there. Share screen. Oh, we have a question. Had to answer. Sure. Okay.
Okay,
So let's get that up. There we go. Perfect. Okay,
state your name for the record, please.
Robert David Norholm,
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
okay, so last time we were here was back in February 21. And at that time, when the one continued to today, no fine, but must continue process. As a refresher, this is one of your favorites, parking in the front setback. So, first thing I will present is April 15th. I got an email from Rob. Status update. Rob's really, what up here, have some
On the screen.
sunscreen, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I already know these.
You don't have any objection to this, I assume.
No,
This is so your, Rob is, husband of the owner. He's the one doing the work, taking care of the issue.
I'm so happy you're gonna let me keep that front part.
I can do that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's easy.
Keep my
Um,
mulch in the garden.
Yep. So, just so on that email, this was the picture. So here's, what's going on. So the Belgian block has been removed here and here. Rob wants to keep a little bit of it to keep the Belgian block for a border for a garden and some landscaping. So that's fine. That's actually encouraged. That's what we would want. So the last item, which is always the biggest item, removed. And this was a picture I took with an inspection. I didn't realize it was that bad until, I printed out that the glare was that bad. But, you can see that there's, the blocks are out as stated. As a refresher for everybody as well, second refresher on this one. So there is a zoning approval here for work. Yeah. Fair enough. That's good. I'm glad glad we're doing things proper here. This is good. So we have this it was from 2000 and I think 2022, for additions and renovations, which you can see in the previous photo here. As you can see, the house is being worked on.
Mhm.
So as a part of that approval, the astute officer that approved this, zoning officer, said that the driveway must be reconfigured to compliance prior to issuance of a COZZ. So I bring this up because building permits are still valid. So if building permit is valid, our approval is open and valid. So this is a condition of the zoning approval. So the only way that this would not be remedied is if the property owner so chose not to close out this permit. Otherwise, if he wants a certificate, it has to be
Yeah,
remedied. So the last item I will
What
bring
if
up,
it doesn't do anything?
well, if he does the work and does not request a certificate, then we still have this process as a backup to say this has to be done.
Okay.
So this is still here. Reason I bring it up is we are getting a follow-up on this. The initial complainant is following up on this. So I just
It's
wanted,
a big deal. It's got a complaint.
parking in the front setback.
I know what it is.
I know,
but
that's,
What did you do to your neighbor? Why did I get this complaint? You don't have to answer.
I will. I mean, he wanted me to. He didn't like my truck in his front window, and we've had arguments about sidewalks on West Rocks Road that are getting approved, and
There you go, okay.
I was hoping.
I'm just trying to be a
for-
nice neighbor. I'm good friends with everyone around me except for him.
I was hoping for I was hoping for the sake of the property owner that we had our recent zone changes, that there'd be something that could help out. There may be something in the works going in the future that may, but it's not, it's just not
It's
gonna happen.
too far off.
Too far off, so, so basically, I'm just bringing these factors up for the hearing officer to consider. Full disclosure, the owner is working to remedy this, even though there may be a belief it could be done quicker, but he's working on it, and he has the, zoning approval, which is a requirement, this is a requirement to get a certificate. So if he ever wants to get a certificate, he has to do it.
Well, I have siding right in that space right now, and I gotta get the siding up, but it's gonna phone call and it's gonna get ripped up. I was really hoping for that permeable stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Right, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that may
that's
change,
fine.
but it just, I don't think.
If it does down the road, it's not that big of a deal.
It's
He's
a
gonna
redo,
pop
right.
it in.
Exactly, right, so.
You satisfied with the rate of progress?
I'm saying, 'cause I'll put it this way, I am okay with it because we have zoning approvals which have conditions very similar to this that are still active about the same age, if you will.
Okay,
So I did not give this to you. I apologize.
all right. Progress continues. I don't see a reason for a fine at this time. At this time. I don't even see a reason for continued fine since you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. We'll continue this to when?
If you want, we can do, let me just close this out. Okay, and we did just put that June hearing out there. If you want to continue it to there, sounds like that once a little more work is
Yeah.
done, you can then
If it's
expeditiously
done
do that.
before then,
Oh, yeah, then we don't have to come back.
okay. Cool.
Absolutely, because there's no fines issued or anything like that to
Okay.
address, so.
Just give me the date again.
The 26th, sorry, I got that up to do that.
26, 24. Oral notice means I'm telling you right now, this is not getting any more, anything in the mail.
Yes, sir.
Marshals.
We're in West.
Okay,
Very good to see you. Yeah.
questions?
That's it.
Good, we're all set.
Thank you very much,
You
John.
got it, yep.
This,
Thank you, guys.
Have a good. Got it.
easy. We'll get this draft.
Got that, that's the notes. Email.
Anybody else here?
One more, we got Guillermo there, that's gonna be 9 Godfrey Street. This one, hopefully for everybody involved, will be very quick. We're organized here.
It's getting organized.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for me to do here. Thank you, oh. You might find that in there, yeah, thank you. Oh, oops, I'm just throwing things at you there, my bad. Oh, right down there. Put these in alphabetical order or something. Yeah, okay. Previous form and notes. And. Oh, there it is, let's stick around a little bit, make sure everything works.
You said you gave him the thumbs up.
Well, no, he just says, is everything good? I'm like, well, yeah, now it is. That could change in 30 seconds.
Okay. State your name for the record, please, Mr. Reyes.
Guillermo Sanchez Reyes.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, so, very easy. Last time we were here, January 10th. This was, again, kicked to today with a $5,000 contingent fine that, the process to resolution and permitting must, continue. And so as a matter of housekeeping, here's the notice for today and Constable Bondi service. Let's get that on the screen so it's official. Just gonna zip through it here. There we go.
Sir, do you have any objection to notice? You were notified to be here today? You're here, so.
So, again, this one's very simple, as another quick, reminder, this was a basement, fire, that happened last year. There was significant damage to the property. Also along the way, we found a detached structure that had a illegal living space in there. But that is, all the structures are vacated at the moment and work is ongoing to remedy the issue. Again, all building permits are valid. And work is going at a pretty good clip. So we're looking for, we do have a contingent fine on this one. But maybe some testimony from the property owner, maybe we can figure out exactly when things may wrap up.
Okay. Well, got everything, though it's been cleaning and the other basement is all the sheetrock and everything's been out. The insurance has been a little bit difficult, but it's pretty much the second floor is done and the first floor is almost done.
All right.
So, and that's pretty much where I am right now.
So how far do you think you could be in, I would say?
They
in 2
said by
months?
next, the contractor told me by May 15, it'll be like all done.
Okay, does that include the detached structure at the back? The other building in the back?
Yeah, that's not like, well, what, it's empty.
Is that, okay, so we just have to do our inspection on that and make sure that stays empty.
Okay,
So. We'd be okay with the June 26th, as May 15th is our next hearing. But in case something happens, kind of like 7 Knob Hill, if something happens, give a little extra time.
Yeah,
so you
he's
can
been
fix
working
it.
away. All right,
Yeah.
we'll give you till June, all right?
okay,
So June 26th.
you're 26?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll stop that. Yeah, let's think about that.
The city wants to clarify
Mhm.
that, so the meeting is the 26th, you should have everything wrapped
Yeah.
up before that,
Right.
inspections, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
Right, thank you, Tammy. Yes, everything wrapped up by then.
June 26th, you said, right?
May 6th.
Okay. Okay,
Just gonna,
Just hang in there a second.
second.
All right. Violation continues. But progress. I can spell progress. Satisfactory. Contingent. Fine. Of $5,000 remains. Gonna read any of this, John?
I got it, don't worry.
Okay.
You see my handwriting, you know it's pretty bad. So I can.
Continue to June 26th. 2024. Oral notice. That's why you're waiting here, giving notice June 26th.
Mhm.
Be back here, I'm not gonna send you anything else.
sure,
Any questions?
no,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
thank
Cameron.
you,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Take care. Thank you. Put that on the bottom.
This has been very strange to. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it
All right,
doesn't
bye-bye.
happen often,
Have a
yeah.
nice night.
Yeah, what
Take care.
is this about?
Well, now we're gonna, I think we're gonna, that streak may change, but, now I get the hearing.
It's something, I'm finding it.
Oh, there we go. That one's actually got hold paper, which is,
Yeah, what is that about?
I think somebody put hold paper in the copier and.
Oh, it's wonderful.
No special reason, just, I was like, well, it gets the point across, so.
Gotcha. Okay,
So,
just go in order from John.
yes, we will do 291 Chestnut Hill is the next one in order here.
Are any of these folks here for that one?
They all are.
Okay,
So that's why it's the usual process. We do the attorneys first
gotcha.
and then whoever's in house first and then go from there because we also want to give the person a chance to show up when they're
Yeah.
supposed to show up. Because that does help, sometimes help, sometimes hurts. Okay, so let me get your. This one, this is unique. We haven't come across this yet, I think. In your time as hearing officer, something like this. A
Wow,
little new here, a little nuance.
you were saying January this was here.
Right. But we assessed fine. So we had to send a citation.
Oh,
So it's kind of like having to start over,
okay,
kind of.
all right, bring me up to speed.
All right, let me get this up here. We'll do that. And we'll get one more here. We'll do- Okay. That, share screen, and we're off. Okay. So, and this might be a little bit of a,
We have people here?
oh yeah, for this one, yes. They are not for they're not the violator or the owner under violation. These are concerned neighbors. So
Is
they
it
will,
concerned
we will,
neighbors?
we will definitely get them in and, get their testimony.
Let me get this for a minute.
Oh, you wanna do that now? Okay, we can do that now. We can do that now, that's fine. Chris, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
I
me?
can. Yep. Oh, we're gonna
Yep.
we're gonna swear you in now, and then I'm gonna go through my presentation. And then, we'll get your testimony, and, I think that's Dolly down there as well.
Sure, I think Danielle might be on as well.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Counselor.
Chris, state your name for the record, please.
Chris Simcoe.
And would you please raise your right hand?
Yep,
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, so we'll get there, and then we'll go here. Let's see. Hey, Dolly comes. Dolly, you there by any chance? Hopefully. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
I,
Oh,
hi,
hi.
I am here, but I'm actually also on another call, so I may or may not be available to give testimony, but I'm fine to be sworn in now, and we'll see what happens when that time comes.
Sounds good.
Okay, would you state your name for the record, please?
Dolly Patterson?
And would you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand up.
Yeah. All right, so, all right, we'll circle back in a moment after the presentation.
Okay.
So,
Do I have a flyer thingy?
yeah, you do, yes, yes. Pretty straightforward, though. So on January 10th, the matter was, it was still upheld, the matter being of an illegal apartment, created within a detached structure. However, at that hearing, the hearing officer assessed a $35,000 fine. So, yes,
Notice.
yeah, I got, yeah, you can do that, there you
Well, you're talking of,
go. Okay, well, we can do that, I was just recapping, but okay, fair enough.
no, because he's got a right to know.
Well, that's fair, so for matter of housekeeping, here's our citation. Sent to the owner of record, which I have that, we're gonna scroll down here. That should be in there. I don't know why it's not in there, but there's the, certified mail. This is Constable Bondi, that he served, 291 Chestnut Hill, both a notice of violation and a citation. Notice of violation, something else, future, keep in the back burner. And, and this is Constable Bondi's receipt to 291 Chestnut Hill.
Okay, I find notice.
So we are good to roll. All right, keep that over here. And so we'll go back just a little bit. Again, this is more for procedural so that folks understand, because this is a very rare occurrence what just happened here. So, on January 10th, $35,000 fine assessed. So after that, we send a copy of that assessment to our law department for the Superior Court in Stamford to uphold the assessment. Once that assessment is upheld and signed by the court, it is brought back to our law department for placement as a lien on the property. Now there's statutes that you have to, that are required to wait, 30 days, for any placement or anything like that. So we had to hold off just a little bit. And then if we wanted to continue enforcement, which we do in this case, we'd have to send another citation. That's under state statute, that once an assessment is issued, that stops that citation that was issued initially, in this case, back in 2023. So, again, because of that, here is the citation. And it's for the same thing. The only thing that changed a little bit, on there, between the assessment and today, we changed regulations, but in this case, it doesn't matter. The violation was for renovations to a detached structure to create a accessory dwelling unit or a accessory apartment without permits. So just the numbers here have changed, but still the same principle that there was construction done and ADU added without permits. So the remedy would be, well, you can remove the unit, or you can remove everything that was done and make it unfinished again. Or in this case, he can get it permitted, the owner can get it permitted, with the proper process. So, to bring it full circle, we are here today because I have not had any approvals, documentation, or submissions for a permit. So the violation just kept going from the last time we were here.
So not doing anything.
That would be correct. That would be correct, but I will
That's what it
want to,
says here.
right, there's
Still
nothing,
nothing.
correct.
$35,000 didn't wake them up.
It doesn't look like it. But I will, I want to present, a couple things just to get on the record in case this goes, farther than this office. Oh, hang on, if anybody gets, seasick, I apologize here. Oh, why can't we do that?
Same thing happened last time.
Oh, that's right. Why can't we do that? That's interesting. So there's, you can look at the pictures there. Yeah, go ahead. I apologize, everybody on, line there. For some reason, this is not letting me, turn. We'll take page. All right, to upgrade this? Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna take the time to do that now, but, like I said, I do apologize to everybody watching from home and everything on here on. The photos are a little slanted, but, we can get a good description of what's going on. So the first photo here is a wide shot of the entire property. So this building here with the white and blue front entry, that's the main house. That's not really what's in question here. This is a detached structure, which has now occupation. It was a storage garage before. So that's so the long shot, this is the building that's in question. So we'll do the next photo here. So this building has, trailers, vehicles, personal vehicles, grill, all signs pointing to habitation. This now has a front door with a name above it. Let's see if I can, get the name there. And I may have gotten it in another picture, so let's hold that thought. And there's just a close-up of the vehicles that are placed on the side of the property. That is a separate violation, and that's the hint I was dropping earlier that you may see this again. But here, as you can see, I mean, this, there's one of the things I like to point out is looks like they have a heating system of some sort to the roof, because there's a dry patch on the roof up here showing that there's either a chimney or a vent of some sort up there, which if it wasn't habitated, why would that be used? And from another city standpoint, this building has its own waste receptacles. So the Public Works Office gives 2 garbage cans to any structure or apartment on a property. So they asked for 2 and they got 2. So at least Public Works did something there. And then this again is just a close-up of the trailer and the vehicle on the side there. And there we go again with the trash cans, grill. So that was from March 7th, 2024. So I'd like to submit those. I took those, so I'd like to submit those as exhibits.
Took them in the ordinary course of business.
I did.
It's in the ordinary course of business for you to take these.
It is.
They've been in your custody control since you've taken them,
They have been.
and they were taken out of here at the times that you specified.
That is
These are full exhibits.
excellent. So the next item I want to present is an email from April 11th. And this email to me from, as you can see in the email, the owner's son.
Got it.
Okay. So next submission here.
This came into your office.
This came into my email, correct? Yeah.
Because of what's going on in the world today,
Mhm.
there's lots of constitutional issues that keep coming up. I feel like I'm back in law school. See, these are things you never
Oh,
see.
no, yeah, yeah,
So I just running everything through.
no, that's fine.
So you're offering this for what purpose?
To show that there was a response to some degree with somebody representing and acknowledging that they are
That's fine.
of relation to the owner, reacting to the,
So you're saying there was a response, you're not saying what, okay, so this is an exhibit for that purpose.
right.
Go ahead.
So the next item up for exhibit is my response to that email. The previous exhibit, if you will. So this was on Friday, April 12th. And I said I could give have time for a meeting on Monday, which would have been the 15th. And also in that email, I also mentioned the hearings today. And it's not anything crazy or nothing. I'm not looking for a hammer to be thrown, but I just want to make another belts and suspenders. This is out there.
Okay, so this again, it's a business record,
Correct,
the same criteria we asked on the photos.
correct.
Okay.
So now it gets, so anyway, I have to say, on Monday, I had to unexpectedly leave in the afternoon. So I was not able to, conduct this meeting with, Granite, assuming that's how you pronounce his name. So I was not able to do that. We have yet to reschedule a meeting. I have reached out, just have not been able to reschedule one as of today. I'm gonna, again, if it pops up an email here, I can see that, but if not, tomorrow I will also circle back again. Because I do want, as everybody involved, our office, the neighbors, everybody involved wants this to be resolved in one way, shape or form. So I'm gonna reach out to try and get that again.
Okay.
John, for a point of
Yes.
clarification, did they come to the meeting in the expectation that you were there? Did they confirm?
They may want to pass on to Ian here, or they did stop in.
Okay,
They did stop in. That's comfort, I guess we agreed upon it. I just had to
Okay.
leave in a hurry.
So I can't find fault them for that.
But and just one more for the record, if I may, one more. I have another set of pictures for today.
Okay?
Anything you taught me is to be thorough.
You've always been thorough.
No,
since I
appreciate that.
started this.
I appreciate that. So first photo was, this set of photos was taken on April 16th. And
Take a
wide
look.
shot by me, correct. And so photos 1 and 2 are pretty much the same. One's a wide shot, one's a close up. Again, I think the name on the Ambrosio looks like it on the top of the door. Now, if that means anything, but that's definitely a last name. And you see the garbage cans again, and now we have 2 lights on the front as well. The entry.
Yep.
And then last is just looking down the driveway, the vehicles and trailers still there. May or may not have moved, but they're there.
So it looks like they're working on this.
They could be where I will present and the hearing officer can debate on this. I believe that the truck and the trailer there that's on the side, the van and the trailer, those are actually owned by the occupants of that detached building.
Mhm.
So and that's leading into the other violation on the property, which we're not here today for, but that's a problem in of itself, even if they're not working on the building. It is. I mean, in fact, if they're working on the building, it's even worse. So that's something to keep in mind.
So the offering is business record, same criteria as the other ones.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a full exhibit.
So, in conclusion, the fine on
It
this,
seems like they're going in the wrong direction.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
My thought here is there are other violations on the property, which I will be in all likelihood bringing to the attention of the hearing officer in the near future. And also just given the lapse time for the per diem fine accumulation from the citation is not a large number. Again, I'm all about trying to send a message, so I would like to align this with the other matter, which would be in front of you in May. So that this way, if we assess another fine, A, the per diem is a little bit more robust, and B, just for clerical and administrative purposes, to have another 1 assessment going to the courts rather than waiting for 2.
So as of this moment, there's no fine.
Right, because this is new. Nothing's been assessed. The only, you could in theory assess, I think I put the total on one of
Yeah,
them.
that's, I'd leave that alone because 35,000 didn't scare me.
Right.
Let's build it back up to a goose.
We do have some interested parties here, so
Okay,
I'm gonna close these tabs here. I could bring them up again if anybody does wish for me to do that. So Chris, there you go. I was gonna unmute you, but you're,
Do we need to swear in the other one then?
we do have another one. Do you want to swear in?
another person?
Yeah. Chris, hang on for one more second, my friend. We're gonna get Danielle sworn in here.
Yep.
So let me, Danielle. Danielle, can you hear me?
I can.
So we already swore in Chris and Dolly, so we're gonna swear in you as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, yep, so take it away, counselor.
State your name for the record.
Danielle Talise.
Can you please raise your right hand? You have to tell me you did, I can't see.
Oh, I did. Sorry.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may put your hand down.
Thank you.
All right, Danielle, we'll circle back to you in a moment. I'm gonna get Chris on here. All right, Chris, you have the floor. Counselor is all ears.
How's it going? So one thing I wish the photos that you showed, you didn't show the photo I sent you that showed the actual garage doors from 1 year ago before they did the renovations. And the whole story, and again, I don't understand why we don't have a list of previous comments, because it seems like we're it's a broken record. We have to revisit the comments we've said earlier because nobody remembers them. This guy is a liar. This has been going on for 2+ years. He has those vehicles there are not the detached one. It's the main structure. It's his construction vehicles because he's using it as a contractor yard. This is, I mean, the frustration you hear in my voice is because we don't have a list of the comments showing that this guy's a liar, this guy puts materials on his yard, this guy renovated the main house, now renovating the other house, has 3+ kids that are using our school systems because they're in illegal apartments, now has a second illegal apartment there, but nothing seems to be done. Again, it's not just it's a last month, 2 months, 3 months. This is 2.5 years that we're waiting for the city of Norwalk to actually do something. And you say you're doing something, but I was told 2 years ago, when we get to 30,000, we'll get a lawyer and a lien on this house. There's no lawyer, no lien on this house. We're 2 years from that point. So again, I don't mean to be raising my voice, but the frustration level, like everyone in this room right here that's been to previous meetings should be well aware of what's going on in this house and shouldn't have to ask you one single question about the past, because it's been 2+ years. It should be on your mind. Don't forget 291. This house is taking advantage of Norwalk, has not paid taxes per Norwalk for 3 years. How much more are we going to supplement this guy? We live in this neighborhood that's in shambles because of this one house. I'll leave it to you to continue on, but actually, before I go, what are your process steps? Is there a written process steps for each violation? Because in business that I work in, we have steps. We do step 1, step 2, step 3, and then it get worse and worse. So where are they listed somewhere, these steps? Because I want to make sure every step has been followed, because I don't think they have been for 2 years. We shouldn't be at this point in 2 years if they have.
So the process we are outlining is actually outlined in state statute. Is actually in a very small and concise section of the statute. I can definitely forward that to you. The process in a very nutshell is we send the notice, then nothing happens. We send a citation. The citation carries the per diem of $150 a day while a violation is.
Yeah, John, I don't mean to cut you off. We don't need to get into detail. If you could send me that process, because
yeah.
also what I requested from you is when we had the original landscaper, a building contractor yard, you said that was closed, and I've been at every meeting, and it was never closed during a meeting. So from 2 years ago. So I want evidence of during a meeting when that was closed. Because if it wasn't, then that was something slipped on Norwalk's side and needs to be remedied. Because they've never fixed the contractor side. There's been 2 to 3 vehicles contractor vehicles parked in there every night for 2+ years. And that has never changed. So again, I apologize for my tone, my voice, but it's frustration from a lifelong 51-year-old resident of Norwalk that has paid taxes and grew up and is part of all sports and recs, nonprofit in sports, to deal with this person and this process. So, I mean, again, I apologize for my tone, but thank you for listening to me, and I'll leave it for the other residents. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Let me do that. Let me go to Dolly. You're second in line, so if you can, great. We're all ears.
I don't want to barrage you with any more, frankly. I think you will hear the exact same frustration in my voice as the neighbor directly to his south at 2 Bumblebee Lane. His house, that building, which is housing an unhealthy amount of occupants illegally, practically sits on top of my house because of setback laws. That house, or because, excuse me, that house was, that part of that building was grandfathered into their property, and therefore there was no setback laws at the time. So I am staring at those trucks, those commercial vehicles. They are 5 feet away from me, and they are parked there, not just at night, as Chris Shimko indicated, but often, and more often than not, during the day. Additionally, I have watched them switching license plates on those vehicles, putting changing plates from one car to another. Who knows what other kind of nefarious activity is going on there? It cannot continue to allow this. As Chris said, it's been over 2 years. I understand you have a process that you are following, but it's not working, not as long as we continue, as Chris has said, to supplement this family. It's not fair to this neighborhood. It's certainly not fair to the town.
I'm not excited for that one, no.
Somebody else is here who wants to speak?
There is. Dolly, thank you. We'll get Danielle in and, get her voice on this as well. Let me do that, and Danielle. Oh, Danielle, you are on, so feel free.
Okay, so it's the same message. And the best we can do is keep showing up and keep, stating what we're seeing and our frustrations. But I think the thing that gets me the most is that, this has been going on for so long. We are doing the right thing by, following up and sending you emails, but it just amazes me that the property keeps getting worse. That all of these things are being done to stop, what's happening over there, but the opposite, it's doing the opposite. He's, the piles are getting bigger. So my house sits behind him. Our yards, we share yards, a property line. It is a mess over there. There is a construction pile, and it is bigger and bigger as the weeks go by. They're clearly doing work in there still. And now, as I've mentioned to you in email and sent a picture, there's work being done to the right of the main home. And they put a privacy fence up so you can't see it. And it looks like there's a big oil tank exposed, which, I mean, God knows that the DEP probably hasn't been involved in that if they're doing something with oil tanks. You think about all the people living in the apartment, and I go, what's their septic tank like there? Because I know I got an addition put on my house, and we had to make sure that there weren't bedrooms, because then our septic tank had to get bigger. So I just feel like, as much as you're doing, there's so many concerns that I have for my own property, and it just keeps going on and on.
Good.
You want to say anything?
I think I could. Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
So, as I think it's pretty clear, there's several issues on this property. And there are, I think it's well spoken as well, that there are issues that are outside of, even out of zoning. I will put on the record, we've done an inspection with health, and there's issues there. I can't speak for their process, but, yeah, it's just, this is where we are, and if they're doing work without permits, that's also code enforcement, that's building department, it's not just us. And, it's just a matter of, all I can speak for is our process, and, this already has been moved along. It is with our corporation counsel, with our attorneys, to bring to the, Stanford courts, to the housing court. I can't speak for why that hasn't been done yet. That's out of my control at that point. This is, for me, the best I feel like we can do. We can just keep assessing the fines, assessing these things, and give them to the law department to eventually, hopefully, one day compel a foreclosure if need be. But again, I can suggest that all I want. Somebody actually has to listen to me. So that being said, I do appreciate the frustration of the neighbors, and I think that we should just always keep pressure on this one as much as possible.
Okay, I don't know how to tell you. I understand your frustration more than you know, because I am frustrated. This is all I can do. I gave them the maximum fine. And everything that falls within zoning, I can deal with. It falls outside of zoning, I have no authority. But I rarely fine anyone. I give everybody some kind of reasonable leeway to do something. These people have been going the opposite direction. So at the point, I had $35,000 worth of fines, I fined them. That will ultimately go against their property, and it'll get paid someday. But I can't do any more than that. I have no other authority. Since then, the fines build up again. But they're not built up to any point which would make a difference to turn it over. So I'm going to continue this and let the fines continue to build up. At some point, maybe he'll get a lawyer and he'll show up and they'll do something, but I can't do anymore. I'm sorry. Anybody else want to say anything?
Oh, Chris is. Chris, did you hear me?
Okay, yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I got you. Yep.
Okay, so you're stating, and I understand your hands are tied. Okay, so who do I go to next? Because I'm not gonna just sit here and wait another 3 months to hear somebody else. Who do I talk to in the city next?
I would highly suggest.
Who's the lawyer? You said you left it with someone you're waiting on that law group.
It's our law department. They have their contact info on their website, so I know their numbers offhand. I'm not sure which attorney would even be handling it. It's just, we send it to the law department for their filing, just like any other court action. But that's where,
Okay,
that's why I would
What?
say they're called corporation counsel is the.
No. What would it be? Would it be based on their address?
Yes, yep, just say,
Okay.
291 Chestnut Hill.
And if you could, if you have it, I don't know if you have it now, what date did you send it to them?
I do not have that in front of me. I could.
Yeah, if you could just send me that when you could.
It would be within a few days of the January 10th hearing. So you can even say around January 10th. It would be
Okay.
around that day. It wouldn't be no more than a couple of days.
Okay, because they're getting a call tomorrow morning.
I would also suggest, getting back together with the health department and the building department as well.
Yep,
like I
and they
said,
have 10,000 or 15,000 in blight issues as well.
well, that's blight. That is a little different. Blight is a little different.
No,
They're
no. Yeah, we'll go. I'm taking every angle because this is.
Right. I've always said, you do have your also elected officials, get a hold of them. Because, that sometimes, I know a lot of times we say that may not help. I think in an extreme situation like this, it could definitely assist.
Yep, no, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem, Chris.
Anything else?
Chris has had his hand raised there. I don't know how you unraise that, but, I think we're all good. I think we're all set.
Okay,
Here's the decision form.
where are we continuing to?
I would like to continue this. It would still get a good number on there, to May 15th. Because I will be presenting another matter or two regarding this property at that point.
Okay,
So I would want to get all this aligned so that should an assessment be determined, I can file it all at once, rather than 2 or 3 separate assessments.
okay, so no fine at this time.
I believe the
The violation continues, progress is negative. Continue to May 15th hearing, no fine at this time, need notice.
Hey, hello?
Oh, hi, Chris. Sorry, I was looking at my form here. I apologize. Didn't see your hand. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess just hearing that, can you put a fine or not fine? Why would you say no fine at this time?
Well, the fine.
I don't understand that.
No, the fine total at this time, just so you're aware there, Chris, is roughly only about $1,500. If we assess that, then we have to get another citation for next month. So if we let the numbers add up, next month will be close to 10 grand. And that's something we'll put on in addition to anything that may be found with another matter. Every time we do it, that's why I said at the beginning, every time we do an assessment, I have to send another citation and that clock starts again.
So, would that increase the fine if you did it that way or no?
No, it would probably, we'd just be stuck in a constant loop of only, you know, $700 to $1,200 fines. Whereas if you
Okay.
let it ratchet up a little bit, I think a 5-digit number is a lot better than a 4 or 3-digit number.
All right. No, thank you for clarifying that. I'm learning a lot with these meetings. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Take care. Okay. All right, we're good.
We're done.
What was that? So that is, yep, that's 295, 291 Chestnut Hill is
This,
done for now. There, that there. And all the emails. Hopefully, I get a hold of, somebody. Well. I had to get this done too. No, we have, there's somebody decided to come on in. I read it. There we go. I was waiting for him. I was like, where's out of here? Where is he? Okay. That. All right, so this one's gonna be 61 Ohio Avenue. Yeah, you can. Are you, oh, come on? If you want, yeah, come on. Let's see, here we go. I think this is gonna be another easy one.
another issue one?
I think it is. Oh, yes. That's that's notes. That's the previous form. I think some good news here.
Please, sir, would you state your name for the record? State your name. What's your name?
Edgar Garcia.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hayducky, what do we got here?
Okay, so, last time we were here was, we back February 21st, I believe was the date. And at that time, basically, this was a shed without permits, and we just need a little more time to close out the permit. Had to get a final as-built survey, and some landscaping done. So, because the property owner was not at the last hearing, I have some have a, Constable Bondi service, and, so we have, there's the hearing notice for today, April 17th. That is the certified mail receipt. And, oh, it didn't copy. Must have got stuck. There we go. Must have got stuck together. Went through the copier. There we go. That's Constable Bondi's service for you to be here today. And I would present that via service and the fact that we have a individual present here. I say notice is adequate.
Do you have any objection to notice to be here today? You got notice to be here.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah.
You're here, yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
We got notice, okay.
That's okay. That's right. We'll, I said, I think we're gonna have a good hearing here today. So, I said, last time we were here was February 21st. At that time, it was just, continued to today, expected completion, by today. And that was the notice sent to the property owner on that decision. So, easy enough here. On March 28th, I got a call, we got a contact from the property owner, that the shed was relocated. So our inspectors went out and verified that it was relocated. That's one of your certificates.
Yep.
So, but the problem was there was still a little landscaping that needed to be done. That was a condition of the approval. So going forward, on March 28th as well, I sent that, an email to the property owner stating, what needed to be done.
You saw that,
Yeah, it's up there if you want.
Yeah.
okay?
And so we're gonna flash forward a little bit here. Down here. Oh, there we go. On April 10th. Ignoring the first picture here, the printer cut it off. Let's see, where is it? Come on now. There we go. You'll get there. There we go. We have landscaping. Rather nice landscaping. That's good. Very good.
Yeah.
So, based on these, emails here and photos, I went out and,
Assume you no objection to this?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's full exhibits. Go ahead.
and so basically, based on that, I did a quick drive-by. And, well, now we have a final.
Oh, beautiful.
So the, work is done. So the only thing I just wanted to show for the record, in case anybody does see this later on. This was the final as-built survey, half of it, because I couldn't. We have a new scanner now, so I will be able to put,
Okay, so you put it in the file.
we can put it in the file, but this is one of the last ones we had to do partially.
But we're all set here. We got everything you got.
It's got the landscaping in there, and then the two notations there in red of, where the, shed was moved. So you have the 6-foot side setback compliance and 5-foot rear setback compliance.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So the city is, looking to close this matter.
Now I know for next shed, I need a permit
That's
first.
right.
before
Yep.
I build.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, that's one of our most common questions we get in our office.
Yeah,
Come in, do I need a permit for a shed?
yeah.
Violation cured. Case dismissed.
Sure, case, there's no fine and we're good to go.
You're all set.
All set.
All right.
So yeah, you'll get this in the mail, so no fine. You know what, here, I got an extra copy, or that's your final certificate. So if you want to take that.
Yep.
For your rug, you can take that.
All right, no.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can take that for your record.
me,
Yeah, you can keep it. Yep,
All
I
right.
got an extra copy in my office.
Okay. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
Edgar, thank you very much.
All right,
Appreciate it.
anytime.
If you
Thank
need
you.
anything else with the property, let me know and we'll take care of it.
I will.
All right,
Thanks.
take care.
Thank you.
Yep, all mine.
Oh, another citizen doing his duty. Wow,
A satisfied customer.
geez.
Okay. Now we can hopefully, maybe.
Hey, quick one.
Want a quick one? All right.
Hey, you got a lot left here.
We do.
5, 7, geez.
This is what happens when you try to crank out some enforcement here. Close all tabs. Yeah.
Any more people in the wings?
Nope. Nope. So let's see the old agenda there. We could go in order if we want to do a quick one. Let's see. What's a quick one here? 194 East Avenue. Try an easy one there. There we go.
Which happens to be in order anyway.
It is, yeah. I just looked at it like, oh, okay.
190.
Previous decision form. Some notes. That's my presentation here. Ready with you.
I'm ready.
All right. So last time we were here for this matter was on January 10th, and we needed notice. So therefore, I would like to present notice.
Where's 194?
Mike's Deli.
Oh, I remember. Oh,
Well, not Mike's Deli itself.
I
the
know what you
building.
mean. I remember what we're talking about.
So, because the property owner was not here on January 10th, we had to notice. So here is the notice with, for today's hearing, April 17th, 2024, 3 p.m. That's certified mail receipt sent out and Constable Bondi service, actually in hand. Don't get that too often. In hand to the owner and the member agent of the LLC, who's the ownership of the property.
Okay, so notice is found.
Very good. So this is actually the shortest presentation of the day. So our constable, ironic, we have his receipt on here. He was also the constable who served the eviction notice for the illegal tenant that was in the upstairs. So I think it was around early March, he served the eviction and it is vacated.
Great.
So now we just have to get the owner, Michelle here, needs a copy and needs to get a permit because the problem lies in the upper level has no documentation that it was ever finished, let alone for an apartment or anything like that. And when you have an upper level finish with building code, and because this is mixed use, you have fire code as well. So we do need a permit if she wishes to legalize that as living space for the apartment below.
What, is it being used as living space?
Used as in, there's been an eviction. But the area is finished. So it could be used as living space. They just have no permits to do so.
So they're not in any violation?
Well, the apartment is still, the fixtures and things are still there. No work has been done to
What is the
remedy
violation?
illegal apartment.
Okay, I'm
So,
sorry, so
yeah.
it's, even though nobody's living in it.
Nobody's living there right now. It's still an apartment. It's still there. It has the,
Okay, so it
has
has to
everything,
get
yes.
a permit or it has to be taken down.
Right, taken out, or it would have to still be removed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hidaki?
Yes, that's me.
Hi, Peter Pasiakos from 19 Elmwood Avenue.
Oh, Peter, no, you're not on today.
What am I on?
You're on it'd be next month.
Next month?
Next month,
Okay.
yeah, so take it easy. You're good.
Oh, boy.
You're okay. Why don't we can give some good news today? I know you came down, but you don't have to worry about a citation or anything today.
Okay, can you send me a?
Yeah, I'll send you an email. Yep, absolutely. All right, Peter. Yep.
Okay, so we need a,
That, anyway. So they just need a permit to A, remove the implements of the apartment. And then B, if they choose to have some finished space up there, they can. They just have to meet codes, the building and fire codes. Or they can rip the whole thing out. That's also a possibility too.
alright, so what is the violation? Violation is,
Oh, actually, I didn't. So my apologies. I'm gonna go back, everybody. I apologize. The initial violation was for work without permits. So whether that's an apartment or a finished attic or a new bathroom, they did work to an unfinished space with no permits.
okay. So
That's the violation.
that's the violation and they still don't have permits.
Correct.
So we have a violation. Good.
All right.
Starting to understand.
Yeah, starting to get it. Yeah.
Takes me a while.
Understood. Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, violation continues with tenant evicted.
And it is evicted. That is
That
true.
was
Yeah.
last time. The tenant was already evicted.
Well, last time the eviction process was, they just hadn't been served,
So it's
but they hadn't been.
okay, working with city to finalize contingent fine of 2,000. Something,
Dang. Close it. Hang on.
that was dismissed, $1,000 fine is continued to March 20th, oral notice. And then we didn't have it on March 20th.
We didn't have, you remember, have all those technical issues?
Right,
We cut the last couple off because it got very late.
okay, so now,
This is when we cut off.
so we reserved.
Yep.
Back here today. Okay, the violations continue.
Right.
All right, but have they done anything in furtherance of curing the violation?
The only thing we have
since
here,
then?
the only thing we have of any official sorts is they got rid of the tenant and verified the tenant is gone. There's been no application made. Not even plans for a preliminary review.
Okay, so. Wow. Okay, so,
What is, or I do believe that they are not renting it out, just with all this struggle to get rid of the tenant.
Yeah,
Hard to
sorry.
believe, yeah, I would, hard to believe that they reoccupied it in, in a few weeks.
violation continues, okay. So we're gonna talk about a contingent fine. No progress since last hearing. Okay, the fines could be very high. Let's just start with $5,000.
Sounds like an attention getter.
Hope so, we can get a lot higher, but $5,000. Continued. Sue,
Well, so it's always that catch 22. Do we want to keep pressure on and bring it back in May? Or do we want to say, give to June, and if they don't have,
no, we have had nothing, I'd bring her back in May.
all right, and that's fine with me.
2, 5, I mean, I don't see anything. I know it was a lot of trouble to get rid of it, but you gotta keep going. Continue to May
15th.
15th. I'm gonna write that so you can read it.
I'm sure.
2024.
I'll figure it out.
Problem is, I have to read these things.
And that, I always write the little thing in the bottom.
Okay, need notice. Okay, let's see what happens here.
All right, yeah, well, that works for me.
I'll get this back,
Thank you.
this comes back then. Envelope. This.
From what I understand from Constable Bondi, Mark Sank did the eviction. That's why it all of a sudden went smoothly all of a sudden.
Oh, okay, good.
There's, usually we get him on board, that team's pretty good at getting evictions, so. Yeah.
Okay. Another one you'd like to do.
Yes, we have, let's see. No, no, we'll
Still a
do,
lot of files over there.
well, there are, yeah, we'll do another easy one, why not?
Yeah.
Let's keep the good times rolling.
Let's get the file piled in.
I like it, you're rhyming, I like that. Let's see. Here we go, there. 4 Hillside. Previous notes. Actually, I'm gonna do this because this thing keeps popping up. I am just gonna. Can I just get rid of these? Yeah, whatever, figure it out later. Well, it's more. Okay. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so ready?
Yep.
All right, so last time we were here on this matter, the property owner was not here, so we had to send new notice. The last time we were here was on January 24th. So because of that, we sent new notice. So I'll present that now. So 4 Hillside Street, for April 17th, 2024 hearing, 3 p.m. Certified mail receipt, and so the 2 owners on record, one was in-hand service, one was not in-hand service. The same address.
Okay, fine notice.
Perfect. So this is a recap. Last time we were here, again, January 24th. And at that time, no fine, continued to today, must continue work for zoning approval to legalize 3-family. So what this one was, when we first got the violation, it was an illegal 3-family. Then, they are probably the only lucky one that we've had. When the zoning regs changed, this property became legal to have a 3-family. The problem was they needed to have a, approval for their parking was just short in the front. So basically they
I get a
had,
picture, I think I remember this one.
I can pull up a. Let me get a little, let's see, Google Maps. Oop. I don't know why, there we go. There. You know how bad it is I work here? I know exactly how long I've been here. I know exactly where to go. It's not good. This guy right here.
Yeah. It's got a curb cut.
Yep, this big old curve guy right here.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So basically the problem is they require for a three-family, 4 parking spaces.
Mhm.
And on this side, here on the left-hand side, you could actually get a legal parking space behind the setback. Over here, could not.
What's the difference?
Well, the property actually is on an angle,
Oh,
so it actually narrows a little bit front to back. So what ended up happening was these spaces here that would be required were short, for back out space. So they need to get a variance of the back out space requirement.
Okay.
So that's the visual, but good news. For the owners, they got a variance.
oh,
So, but there's some conditions. And,
I'm gonna read them. Okay.
the last condition there is a
Good job,
little,
Tammy, huh?
yeah, good job, Tammy, exactly. Yeah, got this through, got somebody actually to go in front of the ZBA and be happy.
Well, they've got to modify that driveway.
That way they do, they still have to do all this stuff, and the last one. All I can say is the basement apartment must have approved floor plan by, duh, they all do. So that should be an easy one. The rest of them, yeah, do have to do some site work there. Now, I will say this though, since this happened in early February, we have not heard anything from the architect, engineer, or property owner. That being said, this property is going to a 3-family, so there's probably some building codes that are gonna kick in for the new apartment that they probably did not anticipate. So I am willing to understand a little bit of the delay. It's probably a little bit more involved now than it was before.
Got you, okay, so. Well, based on this, we can just continue and see if they respond.
Right, so I do not believe there's a contingent fine on this.
No, I don't see one.
I would still put a date on there
Yeah.
just to get the,
Yeah, we'll get them back here. When do you think we should get them back here?
well, we could do. We could, the June hearing's getting full already. Well, we could entertain. I could entertain July. With the understanding that, we gotta get some improvement here. We gotta move things forward. So I think May, what they can come in and say, we're working on plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do not have a July hearing at the moment. At the end of the summertime, again, that's time of year there.
What's going on in July?
That's a good question. I have a few days I need to take. I have to look at that. Good question. There's July. Okay. Not the 3rd, because we're doing the 26th, ends the day before the 4th, so that's not happening. I'd like a little bit more than 2 weeks between hearings. I am not here on the 17th, I am not here. At least at the moment, always can change.
July 24th?
We can do 24th. That's fine, that'll give them almost 90 days. Oh, that'll give them more than 90 days, so they should have. I would request in the decision form, to request some tangible progress towards, or can I say very tangible? I don't know if the words are for that.
All right, hold on. Variance granted, but still in violation. Continued to July 20-something,
No, that would be the 24th.
2024 for more progress. No fine at this time. Okay.
Yeah, and if something's not done, we'll be here to visit it. We'll be here to discuss.
I got a lot of room to find them on this one.
Yes, there is. Yeah, that's that, that's that.
It's got,
Oh, wasn't too bad.
no,
Okay, that's here. So let's do,
1, 2, 3, 5, I'm down to 5.
yeah,
There were
down.
times we only had 5.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, those were the good old days. Let's see.
So we get paid more now?
Yeah, sure. Sure, it's a good belief. We'll take an interesting
Nice
one.
bottle of bourbon once in a while, fun.
I can make that happen. Oh, wait, we're on the record, aren't we? So how about we do this one? 215 Dr. Martin Luther King.
215, all right, here we go.
This one is an interesting one. We think we have a decision to make here. So. Previous decision form. Let's see. Get this up here.
Give me room to write.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. We can discuss. I was gonna bring that up. Will discuss that later.
Okay. Violation found, contingent fine, but not express. It remains, okay, so you've had it for a while. Let me go back to your history. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So. Last time we were here, January 10th.
Right.
At that time. Contingent fine of 10 grand remained. That was issued in the previous hearing.
right,
Says but not assessed. Continued to today. Here's the key. Oral notice was given. He was here last time. It was the general manager for 2 Men in a Truck.
okay,
He was a representative of because the owner is an LLC in, I think, Delaware or North Carolina or something like that.
right,
So as a brief history for those at home. Is that this property. So basically, the 2 Men in a Truck, we all know the moving company, occupied this land with no permit, this property. They are renting, actually, I think they may have bought it. And so they need a permit to be there. They store oodles of trucks and they even have a small temporary building. So they came in and they said they wanted to occupy permanently, build a permanent structure there. And so, but they said they're running into trouble with Eversource. Because Eversource wanted them to run the electricity from Ely Ave, which is up top here, underground via easements to the property here. Property on Martin Luther King. They didn't want to cut into Martin Luther King. So the testimony at the time was that he was gonna be trying to be working with Eversource and with the city, actually, business and economic development, to try and figure out a way to make this work. The 2 Men in a Truck is a relatively local business, so they wanna have a presence here in Norwalk. All well and good, but you still need your permits.
right.
So the hope was they would have some sort of progress with either, so they need a special permit. Special permit would be for, commercial vehicle storage, yard, which these are moving trucks, they're definitely commercial vehicles. It's actually a pretty easy special permit, all things considered. They just have to do a little bit of drainage report, to show that their parking service isn't gonna be a detriment to the street or anything nearby. And then just a structure, a building permit, is actually not terribly difficult. Or if short of that, something tangible about the progress they're making with the city and Eversource to try and break through to get them to be there. The last item that they gave was that the cost for Eversource is work, if they were to do it, was between $200,000 and $400,000.
Okay,
It was
well,
a-
that's kind of.
It was a massive undertaking, and you know, I don't know how big of a business 2 men in a truck is. To me, I have a feeling they could have done that if they wanted to, but whatever. That's just my opinion.
What's the alternative?
Well, the alternative, if they can't get that through and it's not feasible for them to be there, they'd have to vacate because they can't get a permit through us. Well, I'll put it this way, they could get a permit through us, but they couldn't have the building. They could just make a lot, they can put up a fence, a gate, parking,
So they gotta make some kind of decision.
they could do that, yeah, right, and then on top of it, let me, one more item in my presentation.
Go ahead.
There you go. Picture I took earlier this week, I would have gotten a better picture, but I was being tailed by a large truck on Martin Luther King, so I got the best picture I could while in motion. But I think it's still obvious, there's all their trucks
Oh, yeah.
on the property, and they also added a sign, that was not there before.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely not there before.
All right,
So-
Same criteria as on all the other pictures. Say it out loud, I guess.
Yeah, yes, they are, taking the course of business, in my possession since they were taken. Need me to say anything else?
Timestamp is accurate.
Timestamps, yes, have been in my possession, yes, there we go.
Very good. It's a full exhibit.
Thank you. So, the city, I mean, from a zoning, I should say the city, from a zoning perspective, they do not have any permits. They do not have an active application. And I had a quick conversation with our, planner, or principal planner, who would bring these kind of applications to the zoning commission. They had an initial conversation with him after not the last hearing, the hearing prior, which was in November. And hasn't had anything since.
We got a $10,000 fine. We don't have any room here left.
That's right, yeah, that's because it was about another 2 months, so we didn't really have much to add on there.
I'm just gonna continue it then, because then I can double it next.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's at a real juxtaposition here because, if we say we find them, they have to, we find them money at this point. That really doesn't help the application process going forward. But on the flip side, if they're gonna, kind of drag a little bit, need some sort of, push, if you will. We'll discuss that. This is the last time you'll be seeing that. That'll be all.
Violation continues. Contingent fine of the $10,000 and $10,000 remains. Continued to,
Despite my comment after the last one, I think we should either May or June. Because I think we should try and put their feet to the fire a little bit to, hey, make a decision here.
so you want to bring it back next month?
What we got for next month? How bad is it? We could do that. I think I would, yeah. Anything else going forward, that's no honest to God.
May what?
May 15th. That here.
May 15th. Yep, that's active.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, we got two, of them. As I said, I sent the owner and the tenant.
This back, and you can have this back.
Thank you, thank you.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're moving. Thank you. Okay, so we'll do another easy one. At least I think he's easy, my standards. Yeah, full lineup. Nope. Previous decision form. This is 148 West Norwalk Road. And there we go. Hey, what do you know?
Good work.
What do you know? Okay, so last time we were here was on March 20th. However, the owner, I think you might remember Darvin, the little guy about this big.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah. So he was not at the last hearing, so we had to send a notice. So there's 148 West Norwalk Road, owner of record, April 17th, 2024, 3 p.m. Certified mail receipt and Constable Bondi service, abode service.
seriously.
Hmm?
It's not a receipt.
Oh, no, that's just the,
Yeah, it's where
Yeah.
you would receive it.
well, that's what,
Oh, we
I'm,
got a boat service.
I'm just reading what the document says.
I got the notice found here,
Very good.
so now we're on.
So now we're at let me go all the way back here. Did things a little out of order here on this one. It's been no mood. So again, back then, so basically, back in March, this is for placement of two RVs that were within setbacks. And the property owner requested on March 20th, if he can have just one more month. We saw in the kindness of our hearts to give him another month. So to today. And there's a email from the property owner, basically saying that he has moved the RV.
Check it out.
Well, yeah, let's keep going here. Yeah, so this was my email to Darvin, property owner. And I went, as I said in there, I had to drive by and make sure they were moved. And, oh, that's again the wrong way, but there, you can use that one. And this is, you right over there?
Yeah.
As I just make sure you're not falling asleep over there.
Aiming my head seems it.
Yeah, there we go, yeah. So, now the regulations at the time, when this was done, it had to be, 70 feet from the front property line, which is well behind me, and 30 feet off the side. So he is in compliance, he's good. And plus, what's even, just as a note, the way that our regulations are currently written, the new regulations, this came in under the old ones. The currently new regulation is and because of this one, I guess the world can thank Darvin on this. Found a little bit of a flaw in our regulations where you have to put recreational vehicles in the rear part of the rear half of the rear yard, right? Rear yard. Don't worry about that. Or it says comma, driveway and driveway. So it could be in the driveway,
Right, so
even right up here, it could be right up here in the driveway, which.
where's this, we paid these
It's
people?
driveway of the rear yard, I think is the,
No, I printed it out here, I think.
but it says rear yard only and driveway. So I think the implication of that is the a paved surface in the rear yard. But is that the rear yard?
Rear yard only, comma.
It might be, what's the rear yard is the beyond the front
That-
setback, oh yeah,
setback plus
absolutely.
20.
If
Yeah,
I were reading
so-
this, I'd say they can park in the driveway.
Hmm.
Anywhere they want,
Only, rear yard only,
Doesn't
and
s-
in drive.
and in driveway.
So I think the intent of that, maybe we need to clarify the language. I think the intent of that is
I
that you.
understand the intent of that, you didn't want to, I understand the intent. But if I'm representing these people,
Yeah,
I can park anywhere I want in the driveway.
That's why I let in, okay, maybe I should have said we, I believe the regulation is flawed. I think
Yeah,
that,
I
I
believe-
think that it should definitely
I believe it's.
not have that driveway part on there. I think it has to be in the rear yard and you can put it wherever you want. That's how
That's how it was in the past.
That's how it would make sense. That's how it
We're
was.
paying these people to screw things up.
Mm, mm.
All right,
You can say these things on the record, I can't.
I
So,
can't, that's my opinion.
yeah, fair enough.
The doc might pay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so, but as far as.
As far as I am looking that this is resolved.
Okay. I'll give you this back. And I'll give you this. Oops, so you don't need him here. Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what we're going with.
Violation cured. No fine. What do we say? Dismissed?
Dismiss or close, whichever. Your choice.
Case dismissed.
Sure.
Sounds more.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, that was an easy.
See, yeah, time to time.
It's just like one of our successful days of things being
I
done.
agree with that.
Pretty impressive.
I think we're doing quite well here. That goes. Thank you.
All right.
Poor Darvin, I think he's still annoying his neighbors in other ways, so I'm trying to stop him from doing that.
Down to three.
Yes,
Keep counting it for each one.
yeah, calm down. We're getting
It's
there.
actually only five.
Yeah.
It's not so
And
bad for all this.
And I think, I'll leave it up to you. I think two of these can be really quick. One of them may not be quick.
Well, let's get the two quick ones done.
Fair enough. Let's do that. We'll do the last one that's on the agenda, 23, Lincoln. Okay, stop share. That.
Well, that's disappointing, huh?
It is. This one is, yeah, we have maybe a little slight discussion to make here. Get through the housekeeping. On March 20th was the last time we were here on this matter. And oral notice was given to the owner and their representative. They were both here.
Right.
And basically, it was that there had to be permits so that as a quick recap, there were, illegal bedrooms in the basement. And the health department and fire marshal both said, A, these people have to be removed, and B, as the finished space was configured, was not to their codes. So what would be needed if they wanted to keep the bedrooms down there, they would need a permit. So that, not just, for us in zoning, it's minor, you can have a bedroom in your basement, that's not a problem. We just make sure it doesn't turn into a rooming house. But that also gets them through building, health, and the fire department, to make sure that what they're proposing is safe. If you don't mind, I have 20 minutes, so you don't have to run. You don't have to run. It's plugged in on the left-hand side, you'll see it. Got it. So they agreed to do that. We had a preliminary plans that they had submitted, which I have here, was part of the last, presentation. They were here last. But they showed them as, they showed both areas as bedrooms, which of course the other department said was not kosher, so they agreed to fix that, to show what could be legal. Have not gotten that. However, since that memo they have and all this, I got a request from Marie, who was the representative, the owner, English as a second language, French, so, they.
Closer one, but.
Well, this should do, I hope, maybe. Can you get in there? If I can move this down a little bit, I can.
Right.
I'm in.
Okay.
There you go, just make sure nobody
Trips on that.
trips, yeah. So,
We're just gonna continue.
the continue with a month, I just would, on the decision form, if I may, just that, something has to be submitted to our office before the next hearing. An application would be nice. Application.
I'm not really having a hearing right now,
Okay,
so I'm not gonna say anything about that.
okay,
Haven't had a chance to be heard,
okay, fair enough.
so I'm just gonna continue.
Fair enough.
I'm not even finding a violation, I'm just
Okay, we can do that.
continue to. If they hadn't shown one thing, but they've agreed to give them a continuance, then there's no activity here.
That's fair.
Continue to what,
Next month would be the 15th, May.
May 15th, 2024. For request of, what do they call these people?
I mean-
Homeowners.
Yeah, owners, why not?
Homeowners. Okay, that's all. Need notice.
Yes, we will. We'll get that away.
Can't tell you how much this is. What's going on in the state. It's making me think of everything I do.
Oh, yeah.
within the realms.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine it. I imagine, everything's going bonkers.
This one case that's going on now will be in law school for the rest of history.
Really?
You've got to, that'll be the case. You don't have to study anything else. It's gotta,
Gonna be that precedent? Wow. That's pretty good. That's impressive.
you don't realize just what's going on with that.
Oh, no, I
All
can imagine.
right, I'm hearing phrases that I never heard since law school.
But people bring it because they think folks forget.
Well, most lawyers don't practice constitutional law. I mean, that's just,
Right. Oh, yeah, that whole thing with, yeah, you're right. That's gonna, I got you. That's gonna set everything. You're right. Okay, we'll do, one more bit of good news, I guess. 22 Cosset, 2 Cosset, sorry, 2 Cosset,
okay, it's going to cost.
2 Cosset. The last one. Notes. Hmm. Ah, So, this one, as you may recall, this one was a Greek tragedy. This is the one where they had the illegal auto repair, a nasty, occupant with the neighbors doing auto repair all hours, and then it blew up. And,
Yeah,
and even after it blew up, he got an RV on the property and kept doing it. And kind of keeping everything from the property owner, which was his fiance's, mother. And, so, unfortunately, the occupant who was causing a lot of this mess and ruckus passed away in an accident a few months ago. And finally, the property owners were able to get some insurance money and able to start the cleanup and demolition of the property. Took a little while to get that going. So the last time we were here in March, we closed the auto repair matter because obviously the auto repair had ceased. But the property still had the matter of the boat and RV that was stored. So matter of homework, just to bring it across the finish line. The notice for today, April 17th, 2024, 3 p.m. for 2 Cosset Road. There's the owner of record there. I want to include that to show that the mailing address for the owners of record is still 2 Cosset, even though the property may not be conducive to that. And Constable Bondi did all he could. He dropped it off at the house, which is you'll see the photos. That he can't do much. There's nothing,
Well,
he can't
the
track
fact-
down the
the decision is not gonna be,
hinge down that. It's not gonna be appealed, right? Exactly.
so I'll find notice there.
Alright, fair enough. And 2 pictures to submit as evidence, as an exhibit. Again, you gotta figure this out. So this is the front of the house, what's left of it. And everything's removed from the front, let alone the boat that was, you can kind of see the dry patch here. That's where the boat kind of was, right here. Give or take a little bit. And so that's the first photo, and then the second photo, the RV was in the rear of the property, taking up 70% of the property, and that is gone. And literally everything is gone. We got just a little pile of stuff there. And as maybe a happy note for the neighbors, our office does have a application to rebuild that house from the contractor that was doing the work. All things said, he forgot the chair on the roof there, so that's it's on the second page there. Yeah, he forgot that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
So you're offering his business records.
Yeah,
Okay,
the course of business and the whole McGill, as they say.
okay, so that's a full exhibit,
Okay,
okay.
and the city is, we're closing it. We did not issue a fine or even a contingent, we did issue a contingent fine, of $10,000. But I would say this is the condition was met, as in it's now in compliance. And we do have already an assessed fine from the automotive repair. I believe 17,500.
That's already been submitted, nothing we can do. about
Nothing to
that.
do about it, that's gone. So.
Violation, sure. Contingent Fine. Dismissed.
Unfortunate this one transpired the way it did, but,
Yeah,
but at least now, at least bare minimum, the neighbors don't have to deal with this anymore. And hopefully gonna be a nice house there
yeah.
in the future.
It's like it was once a nice house.
Yeah, and it just went downhill.
Okay, we're down to 32 Prairie.
Perry. And you know, this is the one I'd say could take a bit, and there's a reason for that. This is gonna be officially our first one that is 100% under the new regulations.
Oh, how exciting.
So there's a hearing notice, I mean, a hearing memo, sorry, for this one. We're gonna start from scratch, this is a new one.
Let me read a little.
Sure, go ahead, I gotta get this up here. Mhm.
I'm following you here,
Mhm.
saying, yeah, but I only got,
Right, that would be the fine down here,
oh, okay. So nothing today.
right, in all likelihood.
Okay, good. Tell me what we got.
So, this one, even though it's our first one in new regulations, this one actually came from our, Aquifer Protection Agency. The underground water, regulatory, folks, if you will. They are contained within the conservation office and our office as well. The inspectors overlap. So this is a email conversation between myself, the property owner, and the inspector for the Aquifer Protection Agency. And so, just in the subject line, Kevin is the property owner that's being referred to in this email. So just going through real quick. The Aquifer Protection Agency did an inspection, on the property and, noticed, that there was activity there which went against the Aquifer Protection Agency regulations. Which again, that's not necessarily our department per se, but the activities that were going on there, occupancy of the property, they
There's
had.
32 Prairie here.
Yeah, man, let's do that.
I know what Prairie is, what I'm trying to picture. What
Yeah,
32
sure. We can do that. We're gonna go. So if you go up, Main Street,
Mhm.
Main Avenue.
Yep.
You go up to, here's Perry here, you got the UPS store, Parkway, CVS.
Yeah.
32 Perry is right here. Of course, there's a, nice tree in the way there that has since been removed. But, this is the building here.
Okay,
You got, what used to be, Planet Fitness up here off, the other end of Pearl Street.
mhm.
This is that, quasi-industrial area that was the,
Right, with these,
oh,
to gem names, is that the one?
yeah, the Gem Streets, yep, and, that was just
Okay,
thorn in my side for a while. Oh, sorry. That's editorial remark, folks, sorry. It was a pain in my butt. Anyway, so the issue lies in, they added uses to the property with no permits. Specifically contractor storage and placement of shipping containers. And I'll go through some of the pictures here. I'll save everybody the email correspondence. Let's go through the pictures so you can see what, we're looking at. Again, sorry that tilted. But the gist of the pictures are, these are shipping containers, that the property owner is leasing out to, various contractors and, businesses for storage.
Mhm.
And they're all individual. There's different, in each one. So these pictures are just showing each one has different various types of storage. Like this has ladders and, like painting equipment. The other ones had, landscaping material in there. This one is also a, oh, that's an interesting piece of equipment. I'm going with landscaping, seeing as there's, lawnmowers. And another one, a little empty, but, perhaps another landscaper. And, this one here looks like some maybe masonry, trailer there on the last picture. The last one though, the last photo, this is aerial photography. This is more of a reference, just so you can see. Here's all the, all the shipping containers and the labels on there that the aquifer inspector placed on there were the quote unquote the tenants that are in there.
got you.
So shockingly, under the new regulations, to have contractor storage in this property is not illegal. You may even be able to get some outdoor contractor storage, which was not allowed there previously, which I wish was 10 years ago. The problem is, in this particular zone, shipping containers, portable storage containers are not permitted. So if I may.
So that's the only violation.
All right, well, right, but by, so here, I'll show this here. Yeah. So this is our temporary use chart. So bear with me now. The zone they are in, and here's a little insert. The zone they're in is SDLI. And portable storage containers are not permitted. So the issue is the contents of themselves, one way, shape, or form, may have been, there may be ways of permitting of that. They could build a building, an actual building, and put the tenants inside with all their equipment. Or they can actually have an outdoor, what's called a commercial vehicle storage yard, meaning these guys that have their truck or a couple of trucks, the property owner could make a lot for them to park in. The catch is that most, not all, but most of the equipment has to be contained in the vehicles. So if you have a box truck, it has to be in the box truck. You have, it's very limited what you can keep on the outside.
Okay.
So, but that would just be, leveling the property a little bit, putting a parking lot down and put some screening. And it's also a special permit use, so they would have to go to zoning commission. But the overarching violation, they cannot have portable storage containers, shipping containers or dumpsters or pods or any of that nature in that zone. That may be something that's revisited a few months later when we go to adjust some of these things, but, that was the
They can't
violation.
have it, they gotta get rid of it.
Right, so by default, if they get rid of the containers, the contents are gonna go with it. Yeah, so that's the violation at the end of it. At the end of the day, the crux of the violation is the containers are not permitted. So that is pretty much since we had to do this. that is what, and sorry, folks, for those at home, this is a little insert showing SDLI. This is the property.
Let's
32
just get the
pair.
record on these pictures or. Cause this is the violations.
Right,
Okay, so you. These are business records, made in the ordinary course of business,
correct.
ordinary course of business to make them and. Taken by you at or near the time of the event, and in your custody to control the whole time.
Correct.
Okay, so these are gonna be a full exhibit. I'm not making this part of it, I just need to have the violation thing.
Just wanted to throw it, just because I showed that I did email the.
So we
Trying to
don't,
give it a little,
we don't have any obligation.
we don't, but
I
it's
just
one to
want my
show
evidence that
they're aware that
I'm
there's.
just worried about someday somebody's gonna appeal us.
No, I understand. I just wanted to show that this was how I got in contact.
I
with
know,
them.
we are very.
Try to help.
Really, I don't think anybody said we're not accommodating.
So, given all that, given all of that, here is our notice.
Yes,
So this was sent February 26th. And here's a paper clip there. So it's sent to the owner of record, which I believe I attached that in there somewhere.
yeah.
There's somewhere.
Oh,
There
got
it
a
is. You
signature.
got a signature. Yep,
Oh, we saved a lot of money.
we did. Yes, absolutely. So on the notice there just shows the section, which is Article 4. So the section is 4.3, 0.9, point A and E. And basically, long story short, that's portable storage containers, shipping containers not permitted on a property in that zone. And this was forwarded to our senior environmental officer and our land use technicians who do reviews for aquifer.
Right.
So, and there's the certified mail, and there's the signature, certified mail.
Okay, so that's notice is found.
Very good. So, marching right along.
Okay,
On March 5th, the property owner emailed me. And I received an envelope with 2-page letter about my property. Can you give me an appointment in the morning next week? So that is in response to our notice. And so before I was able to get a response back to him, I was actually out on inspection. And I decided to take a swing by the property. And it's just a lot of those previous photos, but just have notation here on the front of what each photo is for the hearing officer's reference. I will go through each one just very quickly. So this shows also, in addition to the portable, the containers, there's also trucks. So that's how I was able to come to the conclusion that there may be a possibility here that they can get a resolution. As in, if the trucks are there and he turns it into a commercial vehicle storage yard, which is a permitted use, maybe he doesn't lose his tenants.
talk to you, they may get some.
Right, exactly. But that's part of the first couple of pictures I wanted to show, is that there is possibility here. But as we go on through the photos, you can see all the shipping containers on the property, in addition to the vehicles. So for example, if you just wanted to, just as a quick educational moment, on photo 2. So I see there's a couple of plow blades there. Those would actually be permitted in a vehicle storage yard.
Okay,
So that's what I was saying, the kind of outdoor storage that would be allowed, that would be permitted. And again, just a lot of the same. I got some pictures of the vehicles and the containers. Mainly the description on the front page for the notes is the angles which I took the photos, where they were taken from. If I go back to the screen here, really, the Google Maps real quick, let's see, here we go. So if you're looking on Google Maps here, the property is actually all of it's got the building in front here, this little addition out the back, and then it kind of jets along that up to Gold Street, and it's all this.
Hmm.
So those photos are all from about right here You kind of see the little entrance there,
Right.
from there to here. That's all those photos. And this area was a little old, but you can see there's a couple there even in that photo.
Right.
But it's stuffed to the gills with containers now. So I'm gonna submit those as evidence of as exhibits of the trailers and some of the activity that's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna make this one exhibit and include the memo in the front that explains everything. This is again, business records that you made. The memo was also made at the time, the same day, of all the pictures in the ordinary course of business. And on your custody control,
That is correct.
so we're gonna find this as a full exhibit.
Perfect. Let me get to the end of all that. There we go. Okay. So, after those photos and a, little bit of a gap there, but I did get back to the, property owner. And basically, said, yeah, I can meet with you. Pick a day. Now, when can we meet? And that was in response there to his March 5th email.
Right.
So then, didn't hear anything for a few weeks. Sent another email, to the property owner again, Kevin. Just circling back regarding the notice. Like to have a meeting, I have some openings. Let me know. Didn't hear anything. So. Da-da-da. Citation.
Yep.
That was sent on April 11th, citation 32 Perry Avenue with today's hearing date. April 4th, April 17th, 2024, 3 PM. Thank God this is the last one.
And Kevin got it in his hands.
And Kevin got it in his hand, delivery from Constable Bondi.
Okay.
So I submit that we have proper notice for citation in today's hearing.
Great.
Fair enough. Last but not least. After that. Kevin the owner, send me an email. And that whole email chain is just him and I going back and forth. He suggested first on the bottom there, actually on the second page, my apologies. Rather than printing out 6 pieces of paper, I decided just to, so he has on the top there, he's sent back that, can I meet on the 22nd?
Let's hold up this thing for a second.
Yeah, sure.
So now he wants to go to 22nd, that's all right with you.
Well, the 22nd was okay with me, past tense. However, I found out shortly after I confirmed with him, that I am actually out of the office on the 22nd. So, I asked if, he could change date and, to April 24th, and he was agreeable to that. So we are meeting on April 24th to discuss everything at hand. Last but not least, very last but not least, this is just a copy of the last approval for the property. I was like, I like to give a little history. So this was back in 1994, 1995, for the property to construct a 1-bay, high bay storage addition to the north side of commercial building, Connecticut Lawn Equipment. So if we go back to the aerial photo, this is that addition
Oh, okay.
right here. And you can see Connecticut Lawn Equipment, and that's Mr. Polinson's business. So this is supplementing, he just put some more tenants in. And I didn't copy these are for the hearing officer. If anybody wants to see these, they can come in during normal business hours, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4. That's just the survey that was submitted with that permit. So even 94, these were not there, they were not part of anything. They were added between then and now.
And I'm not gonna make those exhibits at this point.
Okay.
We're not going any further with this.
Right.
When I bring this back up, I ask you to re-offer the exhibit that I did approve. so
This one right here. Yep.
So that Mr. Blanky can have his say on it.
Okay. We can do that. So yeah, it was just doing the continuance.
He's just gonna continue it.
Yep, he's gonna come in and we wouldn't be here if he, gave me an email. We wouldn't be here. So,
We're getting out of here at 5.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's,
Well, I would have considered that night, fine.
no, fair enough. That's fair. Then, that's okay. And I'll have the presentation as well for this one. I've learned to save these a lot better than I have in the past.
Continue to,
We should have, we're gonna have our meeting on the 24th. We will have a decision by then, what he's gonna do, but then now he has to act upon it. So let's say he wants to go to get a special permit. That helps, but the violation is the containers are there. At the end of the day. So,
are they endangering anyone?
that is a fair question. I don't think they are, but then again, I don't think they've been inspected by any other regulatory bodies other than zoning, which I like people, but I don't necessarily regard safety. And the Aquifer Protection Agency, their environment. So, I guess there could be a little bit of something with the environment there if things aren't stored properly. But as
That's
for,
not us.
right, it's not. So what I'm saying, like are they posing a threat or a safety concern? Shipping containers generally don't, but maybe the activity within them may.
Okay, so the next hearing is when?
Our next scheduled hearing is the 15th.
So if we brought them in on the 15th. Even if they just tell us they're gonna do something, then we've got,
Then we can put that
right,
in writing and we can kind of hold them to it there. Yes.
to May 15th. Hearing. Let's say request. of- One moment. Oh, Jesus. Request of,
Property owner.
request of owner.
Oh, there you go. Works for me.
Okay, I need notice.
We will get that. There we get. Notice. We'll give him a little credit. I enjoyed his comment of like, I got a 2-page letter regarding my property. I like that. I'll just put this all together. I will go through it, do it in the morning. Well, she's allergic to enforcement here.
Oh,
Jeez.
you okay?
I'm all right.
That's standard. We don't, 7's actually the average.
Yeah.
6 or 7's the average.
This is, this.
I'll put that.
This is my shit.
Yep. I think this. If I have, that, and I think I'll take this as well. Yeah.
Got a, spare paper clip.
You now. There you go.
Wow.
All right, and with that, we're still on the record, but not for much longer. All right, we will see everybody back here on May 15th. Have a lovely evening,
I'm
everyone.
impressed. This one, all right.